More news, more often, covering the nation and the world. This is Newsnet, Midday Edition.
Thanks for tuning into Newsnet. I'm Victoria Idoni with your headlines. It's great to have you with us. Let's take a look at what's happening this Wednesday. Congress delivered rare bipartisan support for the Postal Service package to settle on core ways to save the service and keep it from going broke. Plus, today marks day 14 of Russian occupancy in Ukraine, and it's now estimated that 2 million people have left their homeland. More details on these stories and others are ahead, but first. The first person to receive a heart transplant from a pig has died. The University of Maryland announced that a 57-year-old man passed away 2 months after the groundbreaking experiment. For decades, doctors have sought to use animal organs for life-saving transplants. David Bennett was a candidate for the dramatic attempt only because he was dying and wasn't eligible for a human heart transplant. Prior attempts at such transplants have failed, largely because patients' bodies rapidly rejected the animal organ. This time, the Maryland surgeons used a heart from a gene-edited pig to help prevent that from happening.
4, 3, 2, 1, engine full power, and liftoff, Falcon 9, starting 410.
SpaceX launched its Falcon 9 with 48 Starlink satellites aboard to low Earth orbit this morning. Starlink is a space-based system that SpaceX has been building for years to bring internet access to underserved areas of the world. In Missouri, a police officer and a suspect died after a suspected ambush. Police responded to a call at about 1:30 p.m. at the North Park Crossing Shopping Center. Witnesses say the suspect was hiding. Once officers arrived, the shooting began. Then the suspect stole a police car and after crashing it, ran to an apartment complex where he was taken down by police. 2 other officers who were shot in the incident remain hospitalized. In California, a fallen officer was honored for his valor at a memorial service worth watching. Our Tolly Anderson takes us there.
To see the community and the law enforcement family come together. Everyone is here to support the Huntington Beach Police Department and Nick Vela's family.
We just feel humbled and honored to show our respect for this man's life.
Officer Nicholas Vela was tragically killed in a helicopter accident on February 19th while responding to a call in neighboring city Newport Beach.
A very, very sad day. I worked with Nick when I was working at Laguna Beach Police Department, and he was just a genuinely very, very nice person, just through and through. Shock is an understatement.
I believe that we couldn't live our lives the way we do if we didn't have the support of our local police force.
An emotional day not only in the Huntington Beach community, but throughout the state. Many badges paid their respect and honored the officer.
All different badges are here. I'm retired law enforcement. We have a lot of retired people here, and that's why I took this up, was to be able to come here and honor my brothers and sisters.
It's about the brotherhood and the sisterhood, the camaraderie, what we all stand for, the line between order and chaos.
Officer Vela was in law enforcement for 18 years and served at the Huntington Beach Police Department for 14. He is survived by his wife and teenage daughter. Reporting for Newsnet, I'm Tolly Anderson.
Fire marshals are investigating after plumes of white smoke went spiraling up from the north end of Manhattan's Central Park. The fire department said a call about brush and trash fires near 110th Street came in around 1:30 p.m. All of the pockets of fire were quickly extinguished and there were no injuries. Arson detectives with the NYPD are also looking into it. and the Parks Department and Central Park Conservancy are seeking information from the public. Elsewhere in New York, the United Nations has denied banning staff from using the words war or invasion to describe what's going on in Ukraine. According to a leaked email, UN employees were reportedly told to use conflict or military offensive instead. The UN said that's simply not the case, that the email sent to UN staff was meant to keep all communications consistent and remind staffers that they're international civil servants and to uphold the responsibilities that position entails. Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase has blocked more than 25,000 addresses from Russia. The move follows claims that Russian entities use the platform to evade economic sanctions. Explosions continued to be heard and felt throughout Kiev, although Ukraine's armed forces claim that troops around the capital are resisting the Russian offensive and holding the line. Meanwhile, renewed efforts to allow citizens to evacuate are underway. Authorities announced a third ceasefire in 5 besieged Ukrainian cities. Previous efforts to establish safe evacuation corridors have largely failed due to attacks by Russian forces. Congress is looking to send another $14 billion to Ukraine and Eastern European allies. President Biden requested an additional $10 billion last week, and that number continues to grow. In announcing a ban on U.S. imports of Russian oil yesterday, Biden was blunt in warning that while the move would hurt Putin, there will be a cost as well here in the United States. Republicans have accused Biden of moving too slowly to help Ukraine and impose sanctions against Russia. But Democrats say time was needed to bring along European allies that rely heavily on Russian energy sources. That money is part of a greater $1.5 trillion government-wide spending bill that Congress is looking to push through by the end of this week. The bill is needed to keep the government running past this Saturday and through to September. Also in the bill is around $15 billion for more vaccines, testing, and treatments for COVID-19, a third of which is for fighting the pandemic around the world. It also includes money for Biden's cancer moonshot that hopes to find a cure for the disease. While that legislation's still pending, Congress has fully passed a bill to increase the efficiency of the U.S. Postal Service. For the American public, the move ensures 6-day-a-week mail delivery, except for cases of holidays and extreme weather situations. And there's no more saying it got lost in the mail. It also includes a new online dashboard that would be searchable by zip code to show how long it takes to deliver letters and packages. Last month, the House approved the bill, and the Senate vote of 79-19 sends it on to President Biden to sign into law. Speaking of spending, we have an update on a product release we told you about yesterday. Apple has unveiled a new version of its budget-priced iPhone that's 5G capable. It also features a faster processor, more durable screen, and longer-lasting battery than the last model. Take it as a sign to curb inflation. The phone will be available at a sharp discount from the fancier iPhone 13 that was released last fall. The new iPhone SE will sell for $429. And since Apple produces its own chips, there's no delay. The company says you'll be able to get it in stores March 18th. And before we head to break, are you feeling lucky? 4 Otter pups, 3 boys and a girl, were born to Mom Shamrock and Dad Malarkey on February 7th. They're the first surviving litter for the Milwaukee County Zoo. Shamrock is extremely attentive and stays with the pups constantly in an off-exhibit holding area, where they'll all be for a few months. The zoo says the pups appear to be healthy and developing well. Stay with us. Weather, sports, and more are headed your way. With your latest headlines, I'm Victoria Idoni. Have a wonderful Wednesday.